Here's a thought that can completely change the way you see life. What you are seeking is also seeking you. The moment you desire something, that desire begins desiring you back. You see, life is not random. The things you long for, the visions you keep alive in your imagination, they're not accidents. They are signals. They are whispers of your own soul showing you what's already possible for you. Neville Goddard explained that imagination is the only reality. And when you imagine something with deep feeling, you are not just daydreaming, you are creating. Think about it. You never desire something you are not capable of experiencing. If you are seeking success in your career, it's because success is already written in your script. If you are seeking true love, it's because love already has your name on it. If you are seeking peace, it's because peace is already available for you to step into. Neville once said, "A desire is not something to be suppressed, but a prophecy of what's coming." That means the very fact you have a desire is evidence that it's already yours in some dimension of reality. And when you understand that, everything changes. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine you are thirsty. The moment you feel thirst, water already exists to satisfy it. The moment you feel hungry, food exists to fill that hunger. Desire is never born in isolation, it is born with its fulfillment. That is why when you are seeking something with sincerity, it is also seeking you. Now, many people misunderstand this. They think manifestation is about chasing or forcing things into existence. But Neville taught the opposite. He said the key is to live in the end, to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You don't chase what you seek, you align with it. You allow it to find you, just as much as you are finding it. Let's make this practical. Suppose you want financial freedom. Instead of worrying about money, imagine yourself already free. Feel what it would be like to pay bills with ease, to buy something without anxiety, to give to others without fear. In your imagination, live it fully. Because when you do, you're not just fantasizing, you are tuning yourself to the frequency of what you want. And just like a radio station, the moment you tune in, the music was always there. You just had to align with it. This principle works with relationships too. If you are seeking love, don't just sit and wait. Instead, feel the joy of already being loved. Imagine the conversations, the laughter, the comfort of having that person by your side. The more you dwell in that state, the more life arranges itself to bring you exactly what you are seeking. Because remember, what you are seeking is also seeking you. Now let's slow down and reflect. Why do so many people fail at this? Why does manifestation sometimes feel like it doesn't work? It's because most of us live in contradiction. We say we want love, but we imagine loneliness. We say we want success, but we keep imagining failure. We say we want abundance, but we dwell in thoughts of lack. Neville Goddard warned us about this. It's not the words you speak, but the feelings you sustain that shape reality. Here's the secret. When you align your inner world with what you seek, you allow it to magnetize towards you. You don't need to force, beg, or chase. Think of a magnet. It doesn't run around trying to grab metal. It simply is magnetic, and metal comes to it. In the same way, you must become magnetic to your own desires. So, how do you do this? Let's break it down in a simple step-by-step way. Acknowledge your desire. Don't suppress it, don't feel guilty about it. If it's in your heart, it's meant for you. Imagine the end. Close your eyes and picture what life looks like with your desire fulfilled. See the details, hear the sounds, feel the emotions. Live in the state. Carry that feeling into your daily life. Even if circumstances look the same, inwardly remain in that state of fulfillment. Trust the process. Don't worry about how it will happen. That's not your job. Life has infinite ways of rearranging itself. Take inspired action. This is not about sitting still. When you are aligned, ideas will come, opportunities will appear. Act on them confidently. When you practice this, you will begin to notice small signs, synchronicities, and opportunities showing up around you. These are not coincidences. They are evidence that what you are seeking is moving toward you. Let me tell you a short story to make it clearer. A young man once desperately wanted to become a writer. but he had no resources, no connections, no clue how to begin. Every night, he imagined himself holding a book with his name on it. He saw the cover, he felt the joy of flipping through the pages. He even imagined signing copies for others. Months later, by accident, he met someone at a cafe who happened to be an editor. They spoke, one thing led to another, and soon his first book was published. Was that just luck? No. It was alignment. He sought to be a writer, and that very desire pulled the right people and circumstances toward him. That's how it works. Life is a mirror. What you radiate inwardly, you attract outwardly. Now, here's something powerful to remember. You don't need to struggle to get what you seek. Struggle often comes from doubt. But when you deeply trust that what you are seeking is also seeking you, peace replaces struggle. You begin to live with confidence, knowing that you are not walking toward your dream alone. Your dream is walking toward you too. So, the next time you feel a desire rising in your heart, don't dismiss it as impossible or far away. Instead, smile. Recognize it as a message that something wonderful already belongs to you, and your only job is to align with it. Neville Goddard put it beautifully when he said, "Imagination creates reality. That is the foundation of everything." What you imagine with conviction is already real on a higher level, and soon, it must appear in your physical world. You know, one of the most beautiful parts of Neville Goddard's teaching is that he never spoke about desire as something outside of you. He always reminded us that everything begins and ends within you. What you see in your external world is nothing but a reflection of your inner assumptions. That means when you change your inner state, your outer world has no choice but to mirror it. Let's go deeper with this idea. Think of yourself as an actor on a stage. The script you are reading, the role you are playing, all of it is shaped by the assumptions you carry. If you assume you are unlucky, the stage of life gives you unlucky scenes. If you assume you are successful, life must show you successful scenes. And here is the fascinating part. The desires you carry are like invitations to play a greater role. They are signals, telling you it's time to shift your script. So when you feel the urge for more love, more joy, more abundance, don't think of it as greed or lack. Think of it as life itself calling you into a higher expression of yourself. It is the next chapter of your story waiting to unfold. And once again, what you are seeking is also seeking you. Now I want you to picture something. Imagine you are standing in front of a giant mirror. Whatever expression you make, the mirror reflects back instantly. You smile, it smiles. You frown, it frowns. Life is exactly like that mirror. The inner pictures you hold, the inner emotions you dwell in, are reflected back as the outer events of your life. Neville often said, "Change your conception of yourself, and you will automatically change the world in which you live." Isn't that powerful? He didn't say fight the world, he didn't say beg the world, he didn't say chase after the world. He said, change your inner self-concept. Why? Because what you are seeking cannot help but respond to the person you believe yourself to be. Let's make this practical again. Imagine someone who constantly says, "I want abundance, I want wealth." But deep inside, they keep repeating, "I am broke, I never have enough, I can't afford this." That person is not aligning with what they seek, they are repelling it. They are broadcasting lack into the mirror of life, and life is faithfully reflecting it back. Now imagine another person. They also don't have much at the moment, but every night before bed they imagine themselves feeling wealthy, free, secure. They picture themselves traveling, helping family, living in ease. They wake up grateful, they walk with confidence, they carry the inner tone of abundance. Who do you think abundance is seeking? Of course, the second person. Because they have already become magnetic to it. Here's something crucial. Your desires don't come to test you or torture you. They come to remind you of who you truly are. They are not random wishes, they are instructions from within. And if you honor them, if you nurture them in imagination, they will unfold in your life. Let's take the example of relationships. Many people say, "I want to find the right partner." But instead of living in the state of love, they live in the state of fear. Fear of rejection, fear of loneliness, fear of being hurt. What happens then? Life reflects that fear, and they experience more loneliness. But the moment they shift, the moment they begin to embody love, to walk, talk, and feel like someone who is already cherished, they naturally attract the very love they were seeking. Why? Because love was already seeking them, but it could only meet them when they became aligned with it. Think of a radio again. The music station is always broadcasting, but if you don't tune your dial, you won't hear it. Your desires are the same. They are already broadcasting. Love is broadcasting. Success is broadcasting. Peace is broadcasting. Your only job is to tune into your imagination and your feeling. Once you do, you and your desire meet. Now let's talk about patience, because this is where many people stumble. They say, "I've been imagining for a week, but nothing has changed." Maybe it doesn't work. But think about planting a seed. You don't plant it today and expect a full tree tomorrow. You water it, you nurture it, you trust the process. Desire works in the same way. The moment you imagine and feel the wish fulfilled, you've planted the seed. The outer world will catch up, but you must not dig up the seed with doubt and worry. You must remain faithful. Neville once said, "Persistence will bring about the result." And that persistence is not about hard struggle, but about faithfully returning to the inner state of fulfillment, again and again, no matter what the outer world looks like. Let me share a short example to make this clear. A woman once longed to move into her dream home. Every night she would imagine herself walking through the rooms, decorating the walls, feeling the joy of living there. Months passed, but nothing changed, until one day, through a completely unexpected opportunity, she found a house almost identical to the one she had imagined. The price was right, the timing was perfect, and soon she was living in the very home she had been visiting in her imagination. That's how this principle works. The dream was seeking her as much as she was seeking the dream. This brings us to one more key point. You don't need to force them. How? Many people get trapped in wondering, how will it happen? Who will make it happen? When will it happen? But that's not your role. Your role is to live in the end. The how is life's business. Life is infinitely creative and will always find a way. Think about it. You don't know how your body digests food, yet it does. You don't know how seeds turn into trees, yet they do. You don't know how exactly your phone connects you to someone across the world, yet it happens instantly. In the same way, you don't need to know how your dream will manifest. You only need to trust that what you are seeking is already seeking you, and allow the process to unfold. So let's wrap this part with a simple practice you can use daily. Every night before bed, close your eyes and bring to mind your deepest desire. Instead of thinking about how far away it is, imagine it as real, right here, right now. Feel the joy, the relief, the gratitude as if it has already happened. Drift into sleep with that feeling. This is the most powerful state to impress your subconscious, and Neville called it the state akin to sleep. If you do this consistently, you will start to notice shifts in your reality. And remember, no matter what the outer world shows you in the meantime, hold on to this truth. What you are seeking is also seeking you. It cannot miss you, it cannot ignore you, it cannot pass you by, because it belongs to you already. So walk with confidence, speak with faith, imagine boldly, and know that life is always working in your favor, arranging every piece, every detail, to bring you and your desire together. Because in the end, you are not chasing, you are aligning. You are not begging, you are creating. And you are not lost, you are exactly where you need to be, because what you seek is already seeking you.